back to questions. How do we feel one week in? What surprised us? What stretched us? And what gave us energy? James, let's do this real lightning round. You go first.
What
All right.
stretched you?
So, huh? All
What
right.
Travis,
So,
stretched you?
how are we gonna be dads and talk? Our kids could watch this. My kids do watch these.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
all right. Redo.
Redo.
All right.
Sorry
I think
All right,
that's against
so
we can't say that. So.
It's a
lightning round.
personality, guys.
That's not the person. Okay.
That
How do
is.
we feel one weekend? What surprised us? What pushed us? And what gave us energy?
All right. So one week in, what surprised me was um the real life obligation stuff, especially with like spring break and work and stuff coming into play. Like our family's in town and they want to do stuff, and that's usually when I actually do a lot of my work for this. So like yesterday I didn't get to do a lot until late night. Um, what I was really I don't know, did we're okay to disclose TikTok farm, right? Yeah. So that one was also interesting. I really liked getting to a certain point in that, but I was surprised at how quick we were shut down um, by what we the issues we ran into. But I'm really happy, and I was really motivated and energized by the new direction of leverage engineering. That's how I got here in the first place. That's what I think is important to a lot of people who are following us. How to be AI first and leverage AI when you don't have a lot of time and resources yourself, which I think a lot of people following us are interested in. Um, so yeah, I'm generally happy with the direction we're going, and I feel like everything, like Kevin said that day, everything seems to be tying together. It seems like everything we're doing ties in now.
I feel pretty good. Are we 1 weekend? No, is it 1 week?
This is like we're like 1.5 weeks
Yeah,
in now.
Okay. Surprises. I guess it's like surprise slash happy about this. A common theme across us three has been like we have somewhat pivoted. Like everything has changed. Like literally every week since we've worked together, or even spoken as a group, and I'm really happy that I'm not like seeing any like fatigue on that front yet, because I think we are just going to be in a constant change state of flux and change while finding like the threads that are like more durable that we want to keep pulling on. Um, it's pretty obvious to me that there's something there with ShipUGC as far as CB, all the great work you're doing, but also like the responses and the insights we're getting from customers from your conversations. And so that is like a key thread that will persist for sure. I'm pretty confident in that. And now I think we're uncovering other themes that we're still working out internally about what is the what is the actual play here? What is the actual thing that's interesting here? Um, and I think as a team we're juggling kind of like how do we I am personally juggling like how do I express what I think is interesting without trying to make it seem like everything we've done, everything we're doing with ShipUGC is under threat. Because in my head, it's very clearly like complementary, where like it's all the same. But I don't think I've done a good job expressing that. And so, just like broadly for context, my idea is like a general video editor right now. I think we could do something really special around that, an AI video editor type thing. Now, I think it fits as a direct feature to ShipUGC, but I don't think I've always like I'm always expressing that. I think I'm always expressing what is the biggest idea, what is the best idea in general, without any inertia from what we've been doing across the last 2, 3 weeks, whatever it has been.
And I
Uh,
think that that's fine because the visionary is usually like the CEO, right? They're the ones with the big vision. So
I think it's fine. I think, but
yeah.
there's definitely a balance to it where I don't want to like throw us off base too much or like take up too much time doing this because there is a level of focus we need on ShipUGC. So that is something that is like on my mind personally to do better at my job. Um, what gave me energy, like CB, your like specific insights from customers has been huge. I think improving our engineering capabilities. Oh my God, what the like AI coding is crazy. So like Lovable, we gave Lovable a shot this week. Design was I would say design was a blocker for engineering progress of like V0 or like MVP and prototype. Lovable allowed us to ship ship and iterate one or two times in like within a day of work, and that's a big unlock where maybe new SaaS could take us a week now, according to our engineering team, versus 2 weeks. So uh, big surprises there. All that is really exciting. I think just the sense of progress is what excites me. Um, and I feel like we're moving really fast, not just like how much are we building over time, but like the highest level objective of building something cool and building something that provides a lot of value to people. I think we're making a lot of progress towards that in a short period of time.
Yeah. What surprised me is how fun it is to work together as a group. I think it's
That's sweet.
that was it. That was my time. Thanks, guys. No, I think it is fun to work with other people that are so like-minded. I think I was talking to somebody and they said I would never work with someone who doesn't have kids anymore, and I'm like a strong +1 to that now because it's just hard to go back to the other side. Like you just kind of get it when I say, "Hey, I got to step away to put my unruly 2-year-old down for a nap." It's never been like, "Really?" I'm like, "No, it's like a constant fight every day. Every day it's nap time. Every day it has to be me, not mom." And I've never gotten any sense of, obviously I had to work around customer calls and everything to be reasonable, but it's never been like, damn, your kids again. I'm like, yeah, man, kids again, and it's gonna be shit tomorrow, and you got to be cool with that. I appreciate that. What's pushed me is juggling. Again, just to get it on the record, none of us are doing this full time, right? Like we all have other things we're actively working on outside of kids. So that's what's been pushing me is like when I do put my hours in, how do I stack rank my priorities? Say, if I were only doing 1 to 2 things today, how's it pushing the company forward? So I think that's something I've always done as a founder, as a dad. But now it's like, well, I'm also kind of hacking away at this part time. So I really got to make sure the stuff I'm doing is really pushing. So that's a good muscle I am building. And then what's been giving us energy? Honestly, this building in public thing. As annoying as I think it is at times, of like, I don't know what the hell to tweet about, so I'm not going to. It's my default. I think anytime I do put stuff out, we're getting interesting stuff back of like, hey, let's collaborate or let's learn more, or even just the I want to see you work, like I want to see it succeed for you guys, is encouraging. Because usually when I've built other stuff, it's very much stealthy till you get something pretty great, then you're like, aha, it's here. Versus this is like everyone's almost indexing of course it's going to work. I'm like, there's no guarantees like at all, but everyone is so they're messing with the story of the underdog that is encouraging. I'm like, all right, let's keep going, let's keep pushing. One thing that keeps coming up is balance as a team. So one founder has 1 kid, someone has 3 kids. What does equal contribution actually look like? Let's have a quick chat about it because we never actively talked about this part of we yes we're dads, yes we're founders and whatever, but even our dadness and founderness looks different. How do we navigate that as we do it live for the first time?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, let's just lean in.
It's weird because I didn't think about it because I never saw it as a problem. Um, and maybe it's a problem that we just don't have, but it is something to talk about. But I always see Kevin working, so I never worry about like the kind of contributions he's putting in. Um, you're part-time CB, and I see you like putting in work like even on your off days. So I've actually never it's never even crossed my mind like are these guys contributing equally?
Hmm. I mean, I will do my time here, and then I'll go help like some client stuff that I'm working on, and then I'll do the dad stuff, and then my peak time is like from 9 to midnight every night, which is terrible on the sleep cycle. But
Yeah.
that's when I get like just dedicated time to like think about the day's stuff, and almost is a feature, not a bug. For like I'll take a break for a couple hours to like play football with the oldest kid, and then make dinner, and then wiggle
Oh,
around
you play
after
football
dinner
too?
time. Yeah, I mean he loves football, and I'm getting old, and he's faster. He's like again a touchdown. I'm like, man, I'm old. Like I do things all day. All you do is think about sports, um, and then it's like a good mental break from the day's problems. So then when I do plug in late at night, it's like I haven't been thinking. I'm in subconsciously riffing on iterations or whatever it is. So when I do come back online super late, when everyone like I close down the house, is how my brain looks at it. Then I just have dedicated time to like hack away at stuff. So it's not going to be sustainable forever to like go to bed every night at 1 a.m. But for now, in the early days, as we need to like just put some reps in, I think it's definitely fun to like step away, do the family thing, be a good dad, in my opinion. My wife will tell me if that's true, and then come back like, all right, hit it hard. Like, what am I doing with the limited time to push it forward?
Mm.
So, but I also see like everyone else, like Kevin, you post super early in the morning. I'm like, I assume it's from bed, or is it already at the laptop? Like maybe, like I don't understand. But I've never thought like, oh, James is like not doing anything. Like, no, I think everyone's leaning in probably more than we said we would, which doesn't seem like a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get up early, like, without an alarm, because I'm excited about this stuff. Just a heads up.
Yeah,
Uh,
good. That's what's fun in the
yeah.
early days. Like, it's very exciting. I'm like, I want to put some time in.
Yeah.
Into it.
And so I don't really have a great answer to this, to be honest. Like, maybe the way that I've looked at it is I pretty much wanted to partner up with you guys because we've had some experience working together, or like I have some I have a lot of default trust in you guys that you care about this and you're doing your best. And so far in our work together, it's very clear to me that the pie is bigger with all three of us versus like me alone. And so I don't know, I guess that's how I think about it. And I just think like it'll be a lot more fun. So I haven't really thought about like who is contributing what as much. Like I feel like the overall progress is really strong right now. And I haven't, to be honest, I haven't given much thought to CB putting
Yeah.
in hours, or like, is he making movements? Like obviously we're gonna hold each other accountable to what we want to do. CB, you've mentioned something like, is a product there? Are you gonna slow me down? Well, you didn't say it that like that, but like you were like, is the video like still shit? Like I'm making you sound rude, but like that I think is super healthy. And I could be like, what are we learning from the customers? Can we get this in a Notion doc so it's like a running list of insights?
Hmm.
Um, and so I guess that's the way I look about it. Like look at it like you're uncovering a set of puzzle pieces that are not the same as all of what I am trying to uncover, and not the same as everything my brother is trying to uncover.
What
It's
I
like the sections of the game map that we're trying to shine a light on.
I still like that fog of war framing,
Yeah,
where like the more we work, the less foggy the map is, and we start to figure out like where we're going. But I think I always try to frame it as like I don't want the ball in my court, to use a sports analogy. Like I want to get it out to you. And what's good about this team is like you guys will instantly kick it back. Like, great, I finished it. It's back to you.
yeah,
Like, no. Like,
yeah,
oh, give me a second. Like, I think it's a very healthy of I ship something, then you ship something, and it
right.
like feeds into it. So I do think at some point we will have more friction. Like, it's inevitable. We're not
Yeah,
the team.
100%.
We're perfect dads, obviously, but perfect front. Like, I don't know about that. So I think documenting this now and seeing like where we actually get some actual roadblocks, not speed bumps, and navigating them through is going to be important. Which brings me to my next question. What do you think has been our biggest moment of friction so far as a team?
Dad angle for sure.
The dad. Say more. You're a dad.
The dad angle, like how we've been back and forth on how much we want to focus on it or how to lean or lean on it. I feel like that gets brought up often. Um, yeah, I think that's it. That's the biggest one for
Kevin.
me, at least, that I noticed.
Yeah. Uh, Let me think. Maybe it's like a recency bias. I think this new like video editor type of idea, big idea that I have is like the biggest point of friction. Obviously, it's the most current, like the most recent. But I think that there's like some foundational frictions here that we need to clarify. Like, how big do we want to go? What are the perceived like changes by going bigger versus like something more contained like ShipUGC?
Hmm.
Um, how does it differ from like our previous big idea, which was like more of a platform play?
Hmm.
And what is the difference between this and that? And I think that there are like different opinions and different like desires there, and that's probably worth talking about more. I don't know if it's like live friction right now because it's kind of tabled in a way, but I imagine that that's where lots of frictions will be, where it's like, okay, how much is Kevin gonna like force us to go down this route or something like that? Is the way that I feel sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's definitely something to talk about at the next one. Is say we get to that critical juncture of like, okay, this is a bet the company moment, which I experience. Like it happens to every company at some point. Like, all right, we are like at a crossroads. We need to make a decision, and it's not a two-way door like you say or I say, highly reversible decision. Like once you are on this path, you are on this path, and that timeline is closed, right? how we navigate that is going to be really interesting. Because even the way you're saying that, it's like, well, I guess Kevin is the final decision maker. Maybe yes, maybe no. I think what I appreciate so far though is you are willing to have a conversation. Like I
Yeah,
don't think anyone here is so high ego of saying, guys, no, it's my idea, or you can like get going kind of thing. It's very much we think the pie is bigger when we work together. We think
Mhm.
life is short, so you should do stuff with fun people. The fact that we're all dads means like we want to be more efficient, maybe with our time. But the fact that we're all like ambitious founders means it doesn't just have to be air quotes a drop shipping company. And I'm not against drop shipping. Hi tariffs, how are you doing? But I think we want to shoot for something bigger than that. So
yeah.
if we keep leaning on some of those core early strengths, when we get to that crossroads, I think we're gonna have a very robust, healthy conversation. And I feel like we're all gonna lean in regardless of what we say. Like at the end of the day, if we pick option one versus two, no one's gonna be like, ah man, what about two? And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll jump cut to a year from now and say that was a terrible decision. But I think for now, we're all saying like, yeah, like together we're gonna bet on each other and we're going to try one of these highly non-reversible options and take a swing at it, which again is fun. We'll see when we get to that crossroad. Okay, last question and we'll wrap. What are we most excited about week two, even though it's about 50% done?
What are we most excited about week
CB,
two?
go first.
I'll go first. All the discovery calls. It is crazy the number of people we reach out to, and it's been kind of what I expected, but I'm pleasantly surprised. It's very much a bunch of smaller brands, smaller companies, solo teams, early stage folks. But then the bigger names that get in the pipeline, you're like, and I want to ask all of them, like, why? Like, how did you find us? Was it because you think ShipUGC is so interesting, our first product? Is you because you love the $1 million a year story? Somehow someone told you about us. Like I think it's really interesting, and that's why I'm excited to talk to these bigger brands. I think it's not just like a side project. I think the speed we're moving at and the pipeline we have, it's kind of bonkers. But we've already done this once with a different iteration. Like we can move really fast if we get really tight. So I'm excited to continue these discovery calls, find the key alpha, and then go back to the team and say, guys, we've been looking at it wrong. And I appreciate even that framing of we are okay being wrong. It's not like oh, it has to be built this way. It's saying, well, the customers are saying it's X. So are we either going to be so market making that we have to force them into Y, or we can say there's an opportunity in X. Let's go see what that kind of looks like. And it definitely feels like it's the latter. So love talking to customers, figuring out that go to market, positioning, messaging, pricing, all that fun stuff. I'll kick it to Kevin.
Yeah, I think week two for me has been around like getting more customer centric, and I feel like we're seeing it like kind of naturally. Plus, also our long conversation yesterday. Was that just yesterday?
It's crazy. It was yesterday. I thought it
Oh
was last
wow.
week. It was yesterday.
Okay, but I think like just it's a timing thing too. Like for context, like I was calling out that it seemed like the pattern of our conversations were more about us than like the customers and their problems. And I feel like naturally with CBU sharing more insights on the customer side, that has kind of happened. And then even me bringing up this larger idea, CBU've asked questions about like why this, like how does that technology actually help the problem? What is the actual problem? What does the landing page look like for these people? And
Mm-hmm.
I love these conversations way more where like because I could get in my own head, and then if you're the one challenging me on those blind spots and making sure we stay customer centric and we hold each other to that kind of perspective, I think uh, that is like a trajectory changer in my mind. And so I'm really excited about that. Plus, getting a working new feature on ShipUGC, which is not just AI avatar creation, but prototyping. How are we going to like add video editing to these ads in a way that's more valuable to the end objectives of the customer, which is performance.
James, take us home.
I already kind of said what I was excited about in week two, which is what energized me, is the leverage engineering. Um, Actually being able to build something that I feel like would bring value to our team. I know TikTok Farm would have done too. It would have brought revenue in. But I was telling Kevin why I wasn't excited about it because when I build something, I could see the value it provides to someone. Like the first client that I supported, it was like really great to when they were excited and happy about what I delivered. With TikTok Farm, I wasn't getting that same kind of feeling. Even though I know it would it would have given us revenue, I would have been happy. But yeah, I'm excited about the new path that I'm doing.
All right, we'll call it. We need a sign off. I say this twice now. We need to get a sign off here. Uh, Goodbye. Sure, we'll sign off there. We'll get better. We'll get better. All right, so.
Thank you, Jennifer. Bye.